Two dead girls. Two dead girls. Dead girls. Hey guys, this is Jessica with Two Dead Girls. Obviously, I am here by myself this week because a crazy thing happened last week. If you watched our show, you'll know because I put it in as I was editing. A few hours after Lisa and I got done recording, Lisa's water broke. Pretty early. But in true ass-kicker fashion, her daughter, seen here, is doing fantastic. Tell me she is not the most gorgeous baby that you've ever seen. Her name is Gemma Evangeline, and she's doing really great. She's a preemie. She's beautiful. Please send well wishes, leave comments. Hashtag Gemma. She's so cute. But I am flying solo this week. I had a lot of great help from everybody on our Facebook page. I really appreciate it. I'm in a very different surrounding right now. I'm not at my desk. My husband is on the computer. And I have a surprise rehearsal that I have to get to. But anyway, if you guys have not yet seen episode 13 titled Forget, turn this off. Stop. Don't watch. Don't look. I know everything that happened. And I'm going to go over it with you right now. And like I said, I'm going to have some comments, and I have a video from Rockula who helped out this week, and to all of you from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because vlogging by myself is not so much fun. I miss my partner, Lisa. So it opens up. Sasha's looking at these pictures, right? And it's the morning, and she has a shootout. And she keeps looking over her shoulder, and I don't know about you, but I really thought that there was definitely somebody there. I thought that she was being watched, and I loved how she said at that point, she said, "Come and get me." So I think it was pretty obvious as the episode went on in scenes that we haven't gotten to yet. But Sasha's really got some PTSD issues happening. So we meet Olivia in the pantry. She's the pantry person. I guess she keeps everything in order, and she keeps track of everything, which is fantastic. I mean, they obviously should have somebody like an Olivia. But she wants to make prosciutto, so she's a pretty talented chef. That's not bad to have around. Okay. So they come back from the break, and they're at the house, and they're talking about leaving this latch open. Carol knows where they have guns. They have just a freezer full, a thing full of guns that are not on the wall, that seem to be not accounted for. I don't think anything in Alexandria is not accounted for. But later on in the episode, when we do get there, it does look like there's just a whole mess of guns just sitting there waiting to be taken. So they decide that they're going to basically leave the latch open, talking about the guns and how many guns they have, and they're at the cabin, and we see it. We see the W. There's the W. I couldn't believe it. Was wondering when that was going to happen. They don't really get much into it. There wasn't really much talk about it. Daryl noticed it and questioned it, and they moved on from it real quick, so I was kind of, I was a little concerned. And as a viewer, I was a little bit upset. I would have loved to see them talk about it a little bit more. Michonne looks really good in her uniform. I like that she made it her own. She added a little more structure with the corseted back. You ladies know what I'm talking about. I don't know. I think that she's happy to be in that role. I think she likes having a purpose that's not, you know, just the katana girl all the time. Deanna seems really, really smart. You know, I think that Michonne was saying that Deanna seems smart. I think that she seems smart. So far, so good. Nothing that she's done has rubbed me the wrong way at this point. Later in the episode, we will get to that. Daryl comes out Daryl's tracking something. At this point, we don't know that it's Buttons the horse, but he's definitely tracking something, and it's Aaron. He said, how can you tell the difference between a walker and people? How can you do that? Well, because he's Daryl friggin' Dixon. That's how he can do that. He can do anything. He's a badass. Rick and Michonne are getting their orders from Deanna, and they'll trust you. They will trust you, and basically because I'm telling them to trust you, they're going to basically do, the townspeople are going to do whatever Deanna says. And I don't know if I would be so happy trusting strangers. My thing is, you bring in all of these strangers, like how long have they, I've been calling them sequestered. How long have they been sequestered? I know that they can leave freely if they want to, but who the hell would want to, honestly? How long have they been back there to not realize how bad it is? How long have they been in there to not realize that trusting some, you know, some dude that they just bring in off the street, it's not such a good idea. Don't take candy from strangers. You learn it when you're 2 years old, and here you are inviting them in to your town to protect you and to have such a huge responsibility and to carry firearms. I don't know. I am not sure about that. And they're talking security, and they find out that there's no one in the tower. They have this huge high vantage point to look out over all of Alexandria to find out who's coming from where. They have means of communication. I'm sure they have walkie-talkies. I'm sure that, I mean, for God's sake, they have DVD players and Xbox. They gotta have walkie-talkies. Someone can be up there looking down and seeing what's happening and alert everybody when someone else is coming. But apparently there's no one up there. But Sasha offers, and Deanna's like, no. After seeing what happened in the first scene, I don't really see that as being a bad thing, that you're not giving Sasha the responsibility of being a sniper, but she is their, who said it? I think it was Carol that said she's our best shot, or was it Michonne? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I have leads that I bounce things off of usually, and there's nobody here. I'm just talking to a camera, and this is like really weird. But Sasha will be considered, and, you know, I'd like to extend an invitation to you to please come to a little soiree that I'm having at my house. It's just all so crazy. Just moonlight and roses every single chance they get. So come to the party, and Carol sees this as a great opportunity because it's going to give her an opportunity to be invisible. It's great to be invisible again, is what she says. When we come back from the break, Daryl and Aaron are following the horse, and they're encountering some, at this point, they're encountering some walkers along the way, and they're having no problem taking them down, and Daryl's just boom, 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 gotta keep on moving, and Carol's inside the pantry, and she's talking to Olivia, and she's saying that she wants to, you know, she wants to bake these cookies, and she can't believe that there's chocolate, and this is her opportunity, Invisible Carol, to undo that latch, because they don't suspect anything about these people yet. This is one thing that Rick says later on in the episode. Like, these meetings can't, or did he say it before? These meetings are not going to be able to keep happening once they start getting to know us. They have no reason to distrust us yet. She unlocked the window to the armory and no one said boo. These people are very, very naive. And again, it's because it's due to lack of experience in the outside world. They're in their little, like I said, they're sequestered. Then we meet Tobin, who in my reaction video, I kind of mistaken and said, oh, that's Jesse's husband. But no, Tobin's going to teach Carol how to shoot, which I thought was hilarious because she could outshoot you any day, Tobin. And I don't know, I felt a little flirty McDirty happening between Tobin and Carol. I don't know, is that a phrase? I just made that up. Flirty McDirty. It's happening, going down. Hashtag Flirty McDirty. Heard it here first, folks. So Aaron and Daryl are having a heart-to-heart in the woods, and they're talking, and that's good. And I just want Daryl at this point to let his guard down and just kind of be a little more human and not such a badass, because I don't want him banished. And they're at the party now. At this point, they have gotten to the party, and Rosita and Abe walk in. Rosita looks beautiful, and Abe's happy that there's beer. Deanna's husband is there, and he's basically, you know, blowing so much smoke up Rick's ass. It's not even funny. Deanna's husband really, really admires Rick very much. And he basically, you know, Rick said, well, you built this wall. And he said, yeah, it's just a wall. And at that point, my husband said, yeah, there's something a little bit fishy about that wall. I said, well, what's fishy about the wall? And he said, all of the supports are on the outside of the wall. There are no supports. There's framework on the inside, but all of the supports are on the outside of the wall. Here's me. Here's the wall, and then here's the support on the outside holding that wall up. Somebody with a vehicle big enough, say maybe, I don't know, a fire engine or a military vehicle, could probably knock down one of those supports, yes? So, do we feel, well, my husband feels, that possibly Alexandria was created to contain people so people could not escape, to keep people in. So there's that theory. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. There is a horse chase, and there's lots of walkers, and Buttons is dead. Poor horse. And Aaron puts the horse out of his misery when they come back from the commercial break. Noah's at the party. He looks so unbelievably uncomfortable, and Glenn, who was nice to see because he really didn't have much going on, you know, I mean, for the beginning of the episode, and he was such an integral part last time, going on the run with Deanna's son, basically saying, listen, even though we're here, we're not going to forget about you. You're with us. You know, you're with the cool kids. So don't worry about it, Noah. But he's very uncomfortable. I mean, he's got to be shell-shocked. He came from the hospital to this, you know, this group of ragamuffins, and now he's living in the lap of preppy luxury. It's got to be, you know, it's got to weigh on you. And Daryl is having the most savage bowl of sketty and meatballs that I've ever seen. And I'm happy that he's having dinner with them. Building friendships. Like he's so protected in his little Atlanta group cocoon that, you know, he doesn't really need any other friends. He doesn't really want any other friends, but he needs other friends if he's going to continue to survive, especially in this place, because he's like a caged rabbit. He's like a caged animal. So he needs to make nicey nice. Carol slips out. We'll get to that later. Carol slips out, and we see Jessie come in with her husband and her kids, and the first thing I noticed about Jesse's husband is that he's got an A on his hand, and I thought for sure, like, oh, I'm the only person that saw that. No one else is going to know it. And I thought for sure it meant something, and it meant something important. Didn't mean nothing. Jessie and Rick are talking, and it's all roses and sunshine, and this place is great, and we all lost things, but we also got something back. This place isn't bad. This place saved us. Wah, 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 wah. Jessie talking. Sasha and Spencer are talking, and she's just kind of not there. She's flashing in and out, and you can kind of tell that Sasha's going to lose it at any moment, and, you know, he's trying to be the nice guy to save her from Mrs. Niedermeyer's talk about the pasta machine. I have a pasta machine. Pasta machines are friggin' awesome. I love making my own pasta. Mrs. Niedermeyer is not bullshitting. And don't roll your eyes at her, because she knows what's up. Great. I love my pasta machine. I'll lend it to you, Mrs. Niedermeyer. But she walks away from Spencer, and she wants nothing to do with him, and I don't blame her, because he seems kind of like a turd. And So we'll get back to Daryl and Aaron, and they're talking about how Daryl is going to basically need a bike. It's like, well, what are you talking about? And at that point, I thought for sure that was the kiss of death. That was when Daryl was going to say, bye-bye. Sorry, you're free to go now. Fantastic. Now Daryl's free to go. No, you're going to need a bike because Aaron has thought of the perfect job for you. We want you to be a recruiter. And no BS, I think that that is the perfect job for Daryl because it gives him a chance to be out of his cage. It gives him a chance to roam around. And if Daryl Dixon doesn't trust you, there's obviously a reason why. Daryl's a really good judge of character. I think this is the perfect position for him. He doesn't want his boyfriend to be going out and doing this and risking his life anymore. Daryl said, well, yeah, so you want me to risk my life? Aaron said, yes, because you know what you're doing. Again, finally, someone from Alexandria admits you know what you're doing because you're out there. And he doesn't want Daryl to lose that. This is the first exchange of that I saw happening. Everything else in Alexandria is come and be safe. Come and stay safe. Come and play house. Bake my cookies. Talk to you later, girl. Catch you later, girl. Call me. Whatever. No, he's like, I need you to go and scout and recruit and be who you are. Be who we listen to. You know, like you talk about a relationship. Like, you knew what I was before you fell in love with me. Now, why are you trying to change me? Well, you knew what these people were about before you brought them in and fell in love with them. And why are you going to try and change them? Let's see. I loved Abe and Michonne talking on the porch. When Abe said, when they were talking about her katana, it's on your back even when it's off your back. Like, it was such a responsibility. Like, when you have something on your back, it's a heavy responsibility. It's a heavy burden. And that katana, for as teeny tiny and light and airy as it was, that was a heavy load to carry. And now it's off her back, but she's never ever going to lose that. My absolute most favorite part of the show, Carol scaring the crap out of Jesse's kid. I knew the moment that Rick said to that little boy, I know the girl that makes the cookies. I knew he was going to follow her. I knew it. And with every single thing that she said, I'm going, oh, Carol. Carol, stop. No. Carol, no, now you're scaring me. Don't say any more. And she's saying it with such emotion, and this kid was just like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna say. Chris Hardwick was so funny on Talking Dead. He's like, it's like one of those moments when adults are around you saying really crazy stuff, and you're like, what is happening right now? That was my WTF moment. So I'm going to insert a reaction right here of me flipping out to Carol scaring the crap out of Jesse's son.
What the?
Oh boy. Oh, she's not in there by herself. Oh.
What are you doing?
Oh, I knew it. Rick should never said his fucking friend makes the cookies.
One morning you wake up.
No. Don't tell him.
Far, far away. Tied to a tree.
Carol!
No one will come to help. One's out there to help.
Carol! Oh my God, Carol. Keep your fucking cookies. Okay, so now when we get back, Jesse and Rick are talking, and she basically confesses to him that here isn't that bad. Like, it's not that bad being here. And then Rick leans in for like this soft little thank you kiss, and you know every woman in America got those butterflies. No. I don't know. They have a book club. Maybe they're reading 50 Shades. I don't know what's happening, but that was not just a little casual kiss, and Jesse looked a little flustered by it. looked a little flustered by it as well, but it happened. The seed has been planted. Rick has ulterior motives, I believe. I don't know if he's just attracted to her or if he's trying to cause a little bit of trauma and trouble, and who knows. But she's got a crazy ass husband that I don't think I would be screwing with. So we're back at the party and Sasha is going to snap. She is having flashback after flashback. And someone asks her, what is your favorite meal? Well, I don't want to make the wrong thing. I'm worried if I'm making the wrong thing. And Sasha says very loudly, that's what you worry about? And that was enough to piss off Deanna. Because when we get back, Deanna says that she's trying to figure out, you know, what it is, what's happening to you, why, you know, I understand you've gone through things. You don't understand anything. You've been at Club Med for the past however many months of your life, living the, you know, in the lap of luxury, eating prosciutto and, you know, figs off of trees. I've been massacring people in a church. I've been putting down my boyfriend. I watched my brother die. Like, what? You're trying to figure out what it is. And it's so weird to me how some people bounce back as quickly as they do and other people don't. And I think it's like, I always go back to Carol, like how quickly Carol got on her feet after Sophia. Even though she wasn't in an apocalypse, Carol definitely was a survivalist because she had to pick herself up and wipe herself off with, you know, with Ed all the time. And Sophia, and be brave for Sophia and put on a show and play up that act for everybody around her. Sasha, I think this is, you know, she's just been through a lot. She's just really, really been through a lot. We're getting close to the end of the episode and they are in the street. Before I say that, she let Sasha go out. And I was afraid, is she letting Sasha go? Is she banishing Sasha? Is this like bye-bye TTFN for Sasha right now? My husband's like, no, she's probably just going on a walk. And here's your gun, go on your walk. So they aren't keeping anybody there, but I don't know. I can see how people still feel trapped. But now that Daryl has a job, he kind of feels like the gun that he has is like he's good. He doesn't need anything else. Because they were rationing out the guns by the cabin, and he doesn't feel he's good now. He's got a job. He's got a purpose, and I'm glad that he likes his job. So Rick sees Jessie walking with her husband, and I'm telling you what, he's gonna get in a lot of trouble. And what I don't understand, going back to when they were at the cabin talking about who's going to get what gun, I said it last week, if they were listening to you when you were outside of the walls, they are listening to you inside the walls. So I would really, like, you know, make up like my own sign language or something, because they're going to catch on really, really quick to what's happening. And he sees Jessie walking with her husband, and he put his hand on his gun, and I just kind of said, what the hell are you going to do, Rick? You're not going to shoot him in broad daylight, you know, in the middle of Easy Street. Not going to happen. He walks to the wall, and he presses his face against it, and he's listening. What do you guys think that was about? Because I know that they have, I know that there was music playing, but was that the soundtrack for us to hear, or was Rick really hearing music in his head? I don't know. I mean, he saw his dead wife a whole bunch of times dancing around the prison in her friggin' wedding dress, so he has the capability of going batshit crazy again. It can happen. Since I'm in my bedroom, I am going to jump on my cell phone here and see what messages we had on Facebook so I can answer them, and then I am going to follow up with Rockula's video. Go to the Two Dead Girls Facebook page and see what we have here. Boop, 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 boop. All right, here we go. Okay, guys, what did you think? All right, Jason Scott wrote, great episode. I'm super worried about Sasha, though, and yay for Daryl becoming BFFs with Aaron. I couldn't agree with you more. I think she's suffering from really bad PTSD. I wonder if they have any antidepressants in their little infirmary for her or something. I mean, they're treating people's legs and they're treating people's... There's a surgeon there. Why couldn't there be a psychologist there? I don't know. She's going through stuff. You can't just let somebody go just because they're going through things. And yay for Daryl becoming BFFs with Aaron. Absolutely. I think that's the greatest move. I think that his suggestion to be the recruiter is one of the best things that's happened since Alexandria. I mean that and the possibility of prosciutto, because I friggin' love prosciutto. Charisse wrote, love this episode. One word, Carol. 1 second she's baking cookies to play the part of Susie Homemaker, and the next she's threatening Sam. Shit, she scared me. I'm loving these last few episodes. I'm very curious to see what happens with Rick and Jesse. There's definitely something there. I'm reaching for the gun at the end. It made me nervous that Daryl didn't want a gun and that Michonne hung up her katana. Getting too comfortable may not be a good thing. All right, so Carol, yes. Did you see? I posted on our Facebook page the recipe of Carol's special applesauce cookies. So I suggest that we all make them, and next week while we watch the episode, everybody eat them. Okay. Yeah, she scared me too. She scared me too, Charisse. Let's see. I'm curious to see what happens between Rick and Jesse. There's something... Yeah, it you know what? It made me a little bit nervous that Daryl didn't want the gun. But I really think that Daryl can hold his own. I don't know. I mean, especially if he's going to have a bike, he's going to have a gun at some point when he's outside of the walls. Inside the walls is a completely different story. Who knows? Maybe Daryl hid a gun someplace. You never know. I actually thought it was pretty neat that Michonne hung up her katana. Because... I don't know. I don't want to say in a way that she was closing a chapter, but really that is what it looked like. But it was just almost to me like when Aaron was talking about the license plates that he wanted to hang up. Like it was, you know, it was something to look at. But her katana will never be just something to look at. Let's see here. Jason wrote, yeah, Carol is beginning to annoy me again, especially on that scene. I found that scene really uncomfortable. I was really uncomfortable. I was like, run, little boy, get out of there. You don't need her fucking cookies, just go. Don't eat the cookies. They're probably poisoned anyway. Okay, Omari Daniels said, it's interesting to see Sasha take on this role as the group's best sniper, since Andrea is not around anymore. He enjoyed the episode, but it'll be interesting to see the dynamic play out since Rick and Carol want to watch their backs. But even the likes of Daryl are willing to give Alexandria a chance. You can almost see the infighting coming because Alexandria hasn't been anything they've been able to come to a consensus on. Yeah, everybody's pretty divided and split. Like I don't want to say divided and split. Daryl seems pro Alexandria. Rick seems pro, you know, let's see what happens. Carol seems pretty comfortable. I think Carol was like my favorite this episode. Let's see. Wee Mom Mandy said wait, what happened? Come back, Wee Mom. There you are, Wee Mom Mandy. I was worried that Carol was going to make Sam look at the flowers. And Rick apparently claimed Jesse. Oh yeah, he did. Bow chicka wow wow. Man, he got a possessive look about her quick. And that kiss. What is he thinking? He's not thinking. He's going to get himself into a lot of trouble. So I have a message from Rockula saying that he's recorded his response. And we are going to look at that in just a second. Enilda said Carol is just trying to protect her family. If he tells his mom, then the plan puts them all in jeopardy. It's all about Carol's cookies. I'm going to make these cookies and see how badass these cookies actually are. So, let me go over to Rockula and see what we have here. And I'm going to try to cue it up because I'm watching it on my phone and I want to put the video of him somewhere right around here, like right now. Poof.
Hey Jessica, it's Rockula from over here at Rockula Retrospective, and I wanted to ask you what you think of what's going on with Rick's moral compass. Seems like he's getting darker and darker, and you see at the end of the last episode he said they could just take the town. Do you think that he has the same kind of intentions with Jesse? Because you did see at the end of the episode he put his hand on his gun when he was looking at Jesse and her husband. So my question is, do you think that Rick is going to take a darker turn and cross a moral line that we wouldn't expect him to cross?
Do I think he's going to take a turn and cross a moral line? You know what? Anything is possible. I just don't want Rick to think that he is the ultimate be-all, end-all shit. You know, like they don't know what they got themselves into, were the best things to happen to Alexandria. It worked when they were in the train car at Terminus, when he said, you know, they're screwing with the wrong people because Rick Grimes just got into town. I'm happy that that attitude has carried him through so far, but eventually Rick Grimes might meet someone that's bigger and badder than him, and they do have a lot of people, so they are definitely outnumbered, and they do have a lot of firearms, and they're outnumbered in that respect too. Do I think that he's going to try to pursue Jesse? Yeah, I think he's going to try. I think that he's going to try, and I don't know. I would not be surprised if they got rid of a hairdresser before they got rid of a doctor, which is what Jesse's husband is. So if they want to keep their town intact and there's somebody that's causing trouble, what if Deanna then decides to get rid of the root cause of the problem, which is causing the friction, and that friction would be caused by Jesse and Rick wanting her and the husband and the stuff and the things, and then all that stuff would happen, and then poof, bang. I don't know just what happened in my head, but that's what I thought, and that's how it came out. I don't know what to say. Well, I guess that's it, guys. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to send in comments, and thank you, Rockula, for the video. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know if Lisa is going to, sorry for cracking my knuckles, that's so nasty. I don't know if Lisa's going to be back with me next week. She has a lot happening again, just in case you just want to see her again. Look, there she is again. Look at that. Ooh, little ass kicker. And she is an ass kicker, man. For a preemie, she's doing really, really good, and she's going to be home very soon. And Lisa, we love you, and I miss doing this with you. But thank you to everybody that submitted questions, because you made it a lot easier. And I hope that I did okay, you guys, by myself. I tried, and you guys definitely helped. So until next week, I am Jessica, and this was Two Dead Girls. Bye, guys.
Two dead girls.
Dead girls.
Two dead girls.
Dead girls.
Two dead girls.
Dead girls.